All right, Stuck. You've hit in 6 out of 9 weeks. Neither of us hit last week, but you still have
Could
an
have had the
impressive.
Bears. I could have had the Bears,
Yeah,
man.
some weird calls at the end of that game. But where are you going this week?
I'm gonna go. Let's go with Denver. Just talked about it. High variance game. Like it could end like 12-10. It's gonna come down to like who throws a pick in their own territory. I think this line will come down because I think Malik Willis is gonna start. And like I said, 91 plays for that Tennessee defense last week in primetime game. Denver off a bye. I think this game should be a coin flip. So I'll gladly take the plus money in a game where like a safety could win it.
Why do you think it's like +3? Or well, I guess it's down to 2.5 now. But you think that like people were the bookmakers are just kind of counting on Tannehill or what? Because I mean, Denver's also coming off a bye. It actually seems
Yeah, but
weird.
no one wants to bet Denver, and then
Yeah, I
Tennessee
guess.
keeps covering. They've covered 6 in a row, so they keep making people money. Who wants to bet Denver to win at Tennessee when all
Yeah.
Tennessee does is that they just find ways to cover? But yeah, I think it was kind of a hedge. But I think it'll continue to come down if Tannehill's announced out.
All right, I'll go with Arizona +106 here. And I know Cliff does not beat McVay. It never happens. But as we're recording this, there is some uncertainty about Matthew Stafford. And, he's in a concussion protocol. Don't know if he's going to go. And even before, right. Even before that, though, I'm looking at this game, trying to handicap it, with the prior knowledge that McVay owns Cliff. And I'm trying to figure out, like, okay, well, what is that like on the field? Like, what is actually going to give the Rams that edge in this game? And I really don't think this Rams team is the same as those teams that have historically owned Cliff, because now they're not getting pressure. And that's really, you want to pressure Kyler Murray. I mean, that is very haphazard, sloppy play when he's under pressure. His passer rating is very poor, but this Rams defense not getting pressure anymore. And on the other side of the ball, maybe they get Shelton back, which would help a lot because Evans has been like pretty much the worst lineman in the game on the interior for the Rams. But they can't really block. They're very one-dimensional on offense. So it's like a lot of their edges that they've had over the Cardinals in previous years really aren't there. So, even if Stafford plays, I think Arizona might surprise some people here. We know this is the Arizona spot on the road. Everyone counting them out. Cliff 13-8-2, 62% as a road dog on the money line. That's a 71% ROI. So give me the Cards.
Yeah, my problem is it's also the spot where you fade Cliff after the second half of the year. Yeah, I mean, McVay's 7-1 straight up, 6-1-1 against the spread. Murray only 8 touchdowns in 8 games against the Rams, averaging 20 rushing yards also. And then Hopkins has been shut down in this matchup as well. The thing that would worry me is, the Rams aren't getting pressure, which would help, but they might be able to get pressure here because the Cardinals' interior offensive line, I mean, it is a mess. What's his name for Seattle looked like Aaron Donald last week. So what's Aaron Donald going to look like? I mean, they couldn't even snap the ball. You had Hernandez went out, and they have a rookie in there at guard. It was a disaster, their interior offensive line. Now you also lose Budda Baker, your defensive leader on the back end, which certainly doesn't help. But this game is gross.
I mean, the Rams are just as bad. I mean, we know the Cardinals are shaky, but the Rams, that's the issue. The Rams are just as shaky at this point. I don't see any reason why the Cardinals couldn't win this game.
Yeah,
especially if they're facing Todd Wolford.
Maybe Wolford going in there and running around. Maybe you don't want that. He actually can move around a little bit.
Yeah, I went to a preseason game with Wolford a couple, earlier this year. The Rams fans don't want that. Trust me.
Doesn't he run around a little bit?
Yeah, it's like Sam Ellinger running around against the Patriots.